Good afternoon. My name is Zach Carr, and I serve as the Associate Director for the Center for Service Learning and Volunteerism here at the University of Memphis. We're a brand new center that opened in June of 2019, but we basically house all of our service-related programs, service learning courses, and the alternative spring break program, which we call here at the University of Memphis the Alternative Break Experience. We are fairly new in terms of how we've expanded our program. Alternative break trips have existed at Memphis for around the last 15 years or so, but it has finally been formalized in the last few years to be housed under a specific division and a specific department. And this has enabled us to solicit resources and get a lot of input from campus and community partners. But today I really want to talk to you about some recruitment and marketing tactics that we use here at the University of Memphis to really engage our students. So we start off during our new student orientation process, which starts in May and goes all the way through July. You may be familiar with these sessions as the place where students get all of the information on how to sign up for courses, all of the campus resources, etc. But what we do, especially here at the University of Memphis, is we have a breakout session for both students and for parents to really plug the alternative break experience. We show pictures, we show videos, we even have students present to give testimonials. We find this to be a really productive way just to introduce the concept of a trip, especially to our parents who may have never heard of this type of experience. We think the parents are especially important in being champions for this type of program. We often see that a lot of our parents get very invested in the first semester of a student's time here at the University of Memphis. And so to really sell that experience to them gives you another champion to further push and recommend these experiences to their students. So during those breakouts, again, we do pictures, videos, and we also do testimonials from our students. And parents ask a great deal of questions for anything from content of the trip to safety, and we really like to make them comfortable with that experience. So we started orientation, and then we move right on into our first big event of the semester called the Welcome Weekend Day of Service. So this is a campus and community-wide program that we generally have 400 to 500 students come out and participate in a day long of service the week that they move in to the University of Memphis. We start that day actually by having a special message from our trip directors who come out and again really plug the experience, again showing those pictures and videos to make it fun and engaging, but also informational. At this day of service, we actually have an interest form that goes through when students sign in to where they can indicate if they are interested in learning more about the alternative break experience. And this really gives us a good baseline of student interest for us to begin contacting students and really engaging them in all things service at the University of Memphis. One thing that we do, especially amongst our trip leaders, is after that day of service, which is led by our trip leaders, they really start to formulate personal relationships with each student that may be interested in this type of program. So they begin that experience by leading a group of their peers, really seeing how much fun service can be, but also just creating friendships that can help engage throughout the entire year at the University of Memphis. After that day of service, we have our trip leaders actually reach out personally via text message, email, phone call to again engage those students and show them that they have resources and friends that they can rely on here at the university. And then we kind of move on from there to those personal messages that invite them to come to an interest session. So we generally do interest sessions about 3 times a week for 3 weeks at a time. Those generally occur between the end of September and about mid-October. Each trip leader gets the opportunity to lead one of those sessions, so they get to add their own personal style and personal flair to that, where they introduce the trip, answer questions, and really just get a general feel for the group and who may actually be interested in going on a trip and who may have some reservations or some questions that will then offer them the opportunity to stop by our center at any time, grab a cup of coffee, answer questions. and then we kind of go to our next step of the process.